Nikita.
Evaluating Bill.
So Bill, first of all, that was a pretty good speech, and let me just start by saying this was your speech where you had to organize ideas and put it into speaking. So what did I see that was good with it was the fact that you begun your speech with a topic that's interesting to a lot of people, phobias. I think we all share phobias, and therefore it's something that we could all relate to. So that in itself was an attention grabber right away. In the introduction, you gave us a definition of what phobias are and what type of phobias there are. So this gave us a little bit of background on them. At the same time, you then went in to say, how did these phobias occur? What triggers them? And one of the examples that you used, which was great, something we can relate to, was a young person climbing a tree, for example, or somebody looking down a building. So the third thing you went into, which took a logical step, was how to get rid of a phobia, which I liked. Because the person asks, okay, we know what a phobia is, so what do we do about it? And you went into that. You said you could either do it by medication these days, or you could just jump into it all the way and take the risk of facing it, and hopefully desensitize yourself in that way. And then, after that, what you did was nice. You associated the conversation of phobias with your own personal experiences, which I think was important because that allowed us as the audience to relate to you on a personal level. And you went into a couple of examples of how you have these phobias, the type of claustrophobic experience you've had, and also the fear of heights as well. Up here, your body language, I noticed it was pretty good overall. You stood. There were no hands in the pockets, which is a big no-no we see sometimes. Also, you didn't look down at the floor. I noticed you give eye contact, and sometimes you also look at the ceiling. At the same time, you had a good breath going. Whenever you stumbled on something, although you almost did not stumble, but you had a good breath going, which allowed you to take pauses and then gather yourself together and continue your conversation, which was great. A couple of suggestions. Good speech overall. It was clearly done. I understood most of it. Actually, all of it. But it was clearly done. A couple of suggestions. I noticed that you look at the ceiling a lot of times, and I think that's something we all work with because some of us, when we look at the eyes, and I know I get the same thing, I start looking at the eyes, and I lose my train of thought.
It's a bad habit.
And I think that affects a lot of us. It's something that's out there for practice for many of us. Another one is, that's really about all the recommendations I have. Pacing, which you have done yourself. So just pace your speech, and good job overall on the speaking part. Good job.